The electric vehicle revolution was hailed as the green savior, a futuristic solution to break free from fossil fuels. Yet as the industry evolves, those shiny promises are losing their luster. Critics, once dismissed as pessimists, are now being heard. Soaring costs, environmental trade-offs, and practical shortcomings are casting doubt on the EV dream. In this video, we will uncover why these concerns might hold more truth than anticipated. Buckle up for a shocking ride. Reason number 8, the range reality check. Range anxiety is a major hurdle for EV buyers. Automakers flaunt ranges of 300 to 500 miles, but real-world conditions like cold weather or heavy loads can slash those numbers drastically. Imagine planning a road trip counting on 300 miles only to find winter reduces it to 200. Sparse charging stations and 30-minute fast charging times add stress compared to a 5-minute gas fill-up. For rural drivers, the lack of chargers is even worse. While EVs shine for short commutes, there are limitations on long journeys or spontaneous adventures, making range anxiety a widespread frustration. This issue has many questioning whether the EV dream is worth the trade-offs. Reason number 7, the green illusion. The eco-friendly promise of EVs hides a darker side. Lithium-ion battery production, central to EVs, is environmentally taxing. Mining materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel damages ecosystems, displaces wildlife, and contaminates water. In South America's lithium triangle, extracting 1 ton of lithium requires 500,000 gallons of water, draining resources in drought-prone regions and leaving local communities with severe shortages. The environmental impact continues with global material transport and energy-intensive battery manufacturing. Shockingly, an EV can generate more emissions before hitting the road than a traditional gas car does over several years. End-of-life disposal adds to the problem as recycling remains underdeveloped and many batteries leak harmful chemicals in landfills. A clean energy solution? Not entirely. Reason number 6, the charging chaos. Charging an EV isn't as easy as it sounds. Public stations often face limited availability, broken equipment, and brand-specific connectors, creating a frustrating experience for drivers. For those without home chargers like apartment dwellers or city residents, public charging presents extra challenges. Steep fees, long queues, and unreliable equipment are common. Imagine arriving at a charger after a long day, only to find it broken or occupied. Meanwhile, the power grid struggles to keep up. In states like California, prone to blackouts, scaling EV infrastructure to meet growing demand is a pressing concern. Even fast chargers take 30 minutes, far longer than a 5-minute gas stop. For drivers who prioritize convenience and efficiency, EVs still face significant hurdles. Reason number 5, the price predicament. Once seen as an affordable alternative, electric vehicles now come with a hefty price tag. In 2024, the average EV costs $58,000, far beyond the reach of many families. Even with government incentives, hidden costs add to the burden. Installing a home charger can cost $2,000 to $5,000, and battery replacements can exceed $10,000. Insurance premiums are often higher due to expensive repairs and complex parts. Rising electricity rates also reduce fuel savings, making charging nearly as costly as gasoline. With rapid depreciation, EVs lose value faster than gas cars. The financial appeal diminishes. For many, the high upfront and long-term costs make EV ownership feel more like a luxury than a practical option. Reason number 4, the reality behind clean energy. The idea that EVs are powered by clean energy doesn't always hold up. While regions with renewable grids like Norway benefit from lower emissions, many areas still rely on fossil fuels such as coal and natural gas for electricity. In the US, nearly 60% of electricity comes from non-renewable sources. Charging an EV in these regions just shifts emissions from the tailpipe to power plants. In coal-dependent states, an EV's environmental impact can rival that of a fuel-efficient gas car. This exposes a flaw in the clean energy argument. Until global grids fully transition to renewables, the claim that EVs are entirely green remains questionable. Reason number 3, the supply chain dilemma. The EV industry's reliance on critical materials like lithium and cobalt has created a supply chain crunch. These materials are essential for battery production, but their availability is increasingly constrained by soaring demand. Geopolitical instability adds to the challenge, with China controlling a significant portion of rare earth mineral supplies. This dependence makes the global EV market vulnerable to political tensions and trade restrictions. Transitioning to EVs involves more than just battery and motor production. Automakers are reconfiguring factories and supply chains, a process that requires substantial time and financial investment. The result? Delayed production, higher vehicle prices, and longer wait times for consumers. In conclusion, while the electric vehicle revolution promised a greener future, the reality is more complex. From range anxiety and environmental concerns to charging challenges and high costs, the dream of a clean, efficient, and affordable EV is still a work in progress. As the industry continues to evolve, it's crucial to weigh these factors carefully. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. Reason number 2, the emotional gap. For car enthusiasts, EVs often fall short when it comes to delivering an engaging driving experience. The thrill of hearing a roaring engine, feeling the vibrations of a powerful machine, and the tactile feedback of a manual transmission have long been cornerstones of the driving experience. These elements foster a unique bond between driver and vehicle, a connection that goes beyond functionality and efficiency. Traditional vehicles evoke an emotional response, a sense of excitement, and even nostalgia that many drivers cherish. EVs, while technologically advanced, are often seen as lacking in these aspects. They are undeniably efficient and silent, but this very silence and smoothness can make them feel more like high-tech appliances than spirited vehicles built to ignite passion. For many, the sound of a V8 engine or the feel of shifting gears represents more than just driving. It's a lifestyle, a culture, and an extension of personal identity. This emotional gap poses a significant cultural challenge for automakers. While EVs can deliver incredible acceleration and precision handling, these traits are sometimes overshadowed by the absence of the visceral experiences that traditional car enthusiasts seek. Without the roar of the engine or the tactile engagement of manual driving, the intangible essence of driving, the part that sparks joy and excitement, feels diminished. To bridge this emotional gap, automakers must look beyond technical specifications and focus on capturing the intangible spirit of driving that enthusiasts crave. This could involve innovations that replicate or reinterpret these emotional elements in a way that appeals to those who cherish tradition. Without addressing this gap, EVs may struggle to win over drivers who see cars as more than just a means of transportation, but as an expression of personality and passion. Reason number 1, the uneven EV landscape. Despite massive investments, bold innovations, and ambitious marketing, EV adoption remains far from universal. The distribution of EV success is uneven across demographics and regions, creating a fragmented landscape. Urban areas with dense populations, robust charging networks, and significant government incentives have seen thriving EV adoption rates. In these regions, shorter commutes and better access to infrastructure make EVs an attractive and viable option. However, the picture is starkly different in rural and lower-income areas, where the adoption of EVs faces substantial challenges. In rural areas where long distances and remote locations are common, the limited availability of charging stations makes EVs impractical. A report from the U.S. Department of Energy highlights that 80% of charging stations are concentrated in urban areas, leaving rural drivers with few options. The prospect of running out of battery power in a remote location, far from the nearest charging station, is a significant deterrent for potential EV buyers in these regions. Furthermore, lower-income households face additional barriers to EV ownership. With the average EV price hovering around $55,000, the cost is a significant hurdle. Even with government subsidies, many families find it difficult to justify the expense, especially when hidden costs like home charging station installations, higher insurance premiums, and potential battery replacements are factored in. For these households, EVs often feel like an exclusive luxury rather than a practical or accessible solution. These disparities in access and affordability highlight the uneven playing field in the EV market. While policymakers and automakers focus on expanding EV adoption, addressing these systemic barriers is crucial to making EVs a viable option for everyone. Until rural and lower-income communities are integrated into the EV ecosystem, universal adoption will remain a distant dream. Overcoming these challenges will require innovative solutions, increased investment in infrastructure, and targeted incentives to ensure that the benefits of EVs are truly accessible to all. Conclusion: a road still under construction. So, were the critics right all along? While the electric vehicle revolution has undeniably paved the way for exciting advancements in transportation, the challenges it faces are too significant to overlook. From emotional and cultural gaps to affordability issues, environmental contradictions, and infrastructure gaps, the EV industry is still navigating a complex road to widespread adoption. The promise of EVs as a green, practical, and universally accessible solution is clouded by these hurdles, which demand urgent attention and innovative solutions. Yet, it is essential to acknowledge that no transition is without its growing pains. The automotive industry is at a crossroads, and the journey toward a sustainable future will undoubtedly require collaboration between automakers, policymakers, and consumers. The question remains, can the EV industry overcome these obstacles and fulfill its promise of a cleaner, more sustainable future? Or will the skeptics' concerns prove to be insurmountable? What's your perspective on the EV revolution? Do you believe these challenges can be addressed, or do you think the critics have valid points? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights are a vital part of this conversation, and we'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to Piston Pundit and hit that notification bell so you're always in the loop for our next deep dive into the automotive world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.